Good morning. So let's get started in a second. Let me grab some. Okay. I'm gonna lower the music. I hope you can hear me. So welcome to the last of learning a new technology. We're gonna really take this one as a pretty chill event. Let me move that for now. Probably lost the music for a second. And then hello. A bit dark in my room, so I'm kind of glowing a bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna drop in the check-in link. Make sure you check in for additional swag, and hope you're having a great Global Hack Week. For this one, we'll really just be hanging out, chilling, understanding, and then just breaking down the understanding of what we've done so far, as well as just trying to build a bit more if there's not that many questions. It's going to be a lot more relaxing session. So if you didn't know, we started with Django. It was my first time using Django because this is, again, it's learning technology together. So I haven't done Django prior to this either. I've done a bit of Python. So we installed the Python interpreter. Chose any IDE you like. You could have used a normal editor like Notepad, Vim, etc. It could be a graphical one, non-graphical one. We set up the Python environment, the Django environment. We built a bit of things in Django. The tutorial turned out to be a lot longer than we expected. We got sort of part 2 of the tutorial and started part 3 for a bit. So we're probably gonna work on part 3 of the tutorial for a bit. If not, we can just hang out to talk about how the technology works, etc., and just like research question of anyone have any questions, as well as just get people caught up if they weren't here for part 1 and part 2. This will be the wrap up for this Django. I will probably actually run another connecting Django workshop, maybe during next Global Hack Week to wrap it up. But yeah, so let's throw this onto the screen. Okay, so yeah, so this is exactly where we left off. I haven't touched the thing. That's the schedule. So as you can see, learning technology, this is the last session for that. So I have a full day ahead of you tomorrow. Make sure to show up for the check-in for Global Hack Week, beginner's guide to professional server security, introduction to Python, HTML, CSS. Sorry, there's still a lot more fun things. But we will be wrapping up our series in learning a new technology together. I hope you learned a bit of just basic Linux command and stuff as you were handing in this journey with us. But yeah, so we'll start with, does anyone have any questions? Feel free to drop them into chat. If you haven't, again, please make sure you check in for the event. Let's start here. Cool, and then we are going to just walk through part 3 of the tutorial. Let's see. So that's part 4. I think we did details, results. So now we're going to write more views for how this will turn out. But yeah, if you can't hear me, please do let me know. And I'm going to lower the music a bit more. Actually, that's probably a good volume. If the music wants to be a bit louder, do let me know. So let's continue. So we don't really actually need this. We essentially have moved over to a complete terminal command line development. So I will open a Qt file. We can do a new tab. I have 2 tabs. So I will move over into this path, right? So if I do pwd, I'm gonna drop this off the screen right now so we can see it. So if I do pwd, I'm gonna get the path where this application is. I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna do cd. So I'm gonna just run completely here now instead of relying on the other things. I'm gonna cd dot. So if I remember properly, which I don't, we need to look at tutorial 1 again. I don't know if anyone remembers, is how to run the actual Django project. It's Python manage run server. Okay. So you have your manage Python file here. Again, if you don't know, Django is a web-based framework, which means it has a lot of things built into it already. It's used to help speed up development of your application. Some develop a kit for you to be able to do it faster. So cool. So we'll use this one window to run. I don't think I can clear it anymore because yeah. So I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna cancel the session, and then I'm gonna clear first. I'm gonna run it. So it looks really clean. And go back to the editor. Okay, so let's go back to part 3 when we're on. Again, feel free to ask any questions in chat anytime. Treat this as a hangout. Really just be relaxing for an hour, trying to go through as much of the Django tutorial as we can, and then we'll go from there. But yeah. So let's take a look. So Django, writing your first Django at part 3 out of 7, apparently. That was pretty rough to find out. So if you don't know, a view in Django is essentially what you can think about it as a page in your whole application. So that's what a view is for. It breaks down. So types of view, for example, if I have a blog application, your blog homepage, your entry page data, they're all different types of views because they display different information. It's like you can think of view as a singular HTML page. But yeah, let's see. View. Okay, so let's see. So first thing first, let's do a clear. So we clear our screen. I'm gonna scroll down. So a blog page has the following 4 views. So we want a question index page so people can see the question, a details page, a results page, so display text, no results from the vote, and then an actual results page, and then a voting action page. So let's see. So now in your time on the web, you're gonna come up to these as please know that Django allows us a much more elegant URL pattern than that, which is great because like this looks so much more readable than this thing. Like that's ridiculous. But let's see. So okay, so to get from a URL to a view, Django uses what is known as URLs conf. So this is pretty configuration. Pretty sure is what that stands for. So it's a URL configuration map, the URL pattern to views. This tutorial provides a basic instruction on how to use URL configurations, and you can refer to the URL dispatcher for more information. Let's see. So writing more views. Let's go and do LL, see where we are. We're in polls already. Well, I already know that because of the thing. So we can do a Vim for my text editor, and then we're just going to do views.py. Cool. So we already wrote this one. So we need to add to it. So let's add a few more views to polls view. These views are slightly different because they take different arguments. Or no, they take an argument. Okay, cool. So let's start. Go to edit mode. It's the end of here. Okay, cool. So enter. So I'm going to do def detail request question underscore ID. And quotes, and then I want to do a return. If you did not know, Python is a syntax-based language, which means spacing really matters. So make sure your spacing is consistent. If not, you can get odd logic, because that's how Python really works. It requires reading the syntax to know. So unlike languages compiled like C++, which they look for brackets, like you can legit type everything in one line of code as long as your brackets all closing properly. You can like one-line things, but you can't do that in Python because Python is, again, a syntax-based language. I'm doing the wrong question. You're looking at question, and you do $sign or %s dot quote. You're looking at question percent, and then you do percentage. Question ID, question underscore ID, and you're looking at question %s % question ID. Okay, cool. So let's write our next one. We're going to do a def result request question underscore ID, closing that out, putting that there, and we're going to do a response. Oops. response is equal to your quotes. You're looking at the results of question %s dot end of quotes, and then we're going to put return. So this is just, it shows you a few different ways of achieving the same thing essentially. So we're going to return HTTP response response, then we're going to do a response, and we're going to tell it that after the percentage, the thing should be question underscore ID. Okay, now we're going to do def vote. So we're defining a different function for our different views. Yes, for sure. Your check-in link should have been in Discord announcement, but I'll post it again. This is your check-in link. Please make sure you check in. For anyone new, we're wrapping up the learning a new technology track. So essentially, we're just going to hang out tonight. I will answer any question, catch anyone up. We can also do some research on this technology. So we were learning Django. I'm also new to Django, so I'm learning with you guys. And I think that's what makes this track really unique, is that everyone gets to learn together. So there's no pressure for feeling you don't know enough, etc. And it's really a huge learning environment. If you're experienced, you're welcome to stay to feed us knowledge on like maybe how something is, or just be around and answer questions. But I'm currently making a few more views. This is the part 3 of the Django tutorial. I'm just making a few more views. You can think of views as web pages on the whole. So I'm going to do vote, def vote, request, question ID, return HTTP response. And then I'm going to do quote, your voting on question %s dot quotes. Then we're going to do percentage, and what is the question? The question ID. So question underscore ID. So now we're going to write that and save that to our file. So next we're going to go to wire these new views into the Postgre module by adding the follow path. So now we're building out the path directory. Again, Django is a web framework. It makes building a website a lot easier, so you don't have to spend your time doing all this. So I'm going to first go vim into urls.py. So you see, here's our URL path pattern so far. We're just going to expand this where we add in our views. We're just going to expand this and get to the end of here. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you check in. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it. We're again just wrapping up our learning a new technology track. I do hope bring this one actually back and complete it, because this turned out to be a lot longer than I expected. So first, this one will link to the poll, to just polls, because that's what the base application is called. So like this one is like, the next one is like you do path, I guess you give it this int, well, question ID end of that /quote, and then you're telling it views dot detail. Oh, because in views we made a function called detail, so we're just calling that, and we're naming this detail. Hold on, let me see. Okay, so the path is polls going to the question ID. So example, polls 5, polls 1, polls 3, I'm pretty sure. So like it's the number thing in the database, you just pick the ID. So it generates more than one view, I'm assuming here, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna do detail, end of that, colon, then we're gonna do path, and then let's do the next one. So this one, we're now building out the view for the results page. The question ID is the same, but now we're just going to continue to do a backslash, and this time we want results. Figure out the results of each of these questions if someone voted. We're going to close that out. Do views dot results. And then we have to name this path. So name of this would be results. I'm going to close that. I need to start one here, stream. A music stop. That's not good. We definitely need music. Let's see. free to just stay around, hang out, ask any question if you have any. Let me bring this page back up so I know what you're saying. Okay, let's see. There's music's fixed. Hello. What did I miss? You didn't miss much. So we are wrapping up our track on learning a new technology. The technology we chose to learn was Django. So day one for part one, we set up Python and Django. Part two, we went through some of the tutorials. We're now just chilling, hanging out, answering a question exactly like this, catching anyone up if they want to get started with Django. And I'm just going to continue the tutorial. It turned out to be a lot longer than expected. Tutorial is like 7 tutorials long. It's essentially, I thought it was like 1 or 2. We're really not going to finish it. So I am currently building out views for my Django application. And the Django application, each view you can think of it as a annual web page of a URL, right? So like you can see that example, it goes polls, and post 5 for results. So we're building additional pages. Glad to see your backup so faster. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We can definitely get you caught up. This one we're really just doing troubleshooting, getting people caught up. I would probably bring this back for part 2 as another track, so I can finish learning Django essentially. But I'm just kidding. So everyone can finish learning Django with me. We might start like fresh. I might just do it with more than 3 sessions, especially because this third session is pretty short. It's not going to be a long session. But we're here catching everyone up and to learn and just go and hang out. Feel free to have any question about anything, you can ask me. Use plate. And we're going to name this one plate. Cool. So that should have defined our new views. So I'm going to hit cancel, and then I'm going to right quit. And then I'm going to go back to this tab. I'm going to so I accidentally always suspend if you haven't learned. We also learned a bit of cool like navigational tricks there, right? So if you do FG, it brings back to the foreground. I'm actually going to cancel, close the application, and then I'm going to run it again. So now you can take a look at our Django application, which should be like this one. No, it's not. Ooh, where did it go? I have way too many tabs open. This is what we're on. It's okay. So I will just need to do, so this is where it's stored. And that, open it new. You can see that I built a few separate applications. So you can remember admin. I built one called Global Hack Week. So if I go to here and do / Global Hack Week, you see it prompted and got an HTTP request and returned it. Hello, welcome. We're wrapping up our learning technology part 3. Feel free to stick around and hang out. It's just the conclusion. If you have any question, want to get caught up, feel free to ask. We're doing Django. But yeah, so I'm going to go back to polls. So here's polls, right? But now we've built additional things to polls where like I can do question 1. You're looking at question 1. And now I've built additional views. So like if I want the results for question 1, I can do results. And you're looking at the results for question 1, if I can spell that as, because that definitely doesn't state. And then that's really cool because you can see like in our Vim URL, we built out each one, right? So if we wanted to vote, we'll just go to votes. And then, what did I name it? This should be right. Oh, no, this should be right. Oh, wow, why did that break? I stuffed the wrong question. Underscore ID / votes. You got votes. Wait. Why does that one not work? We have vote, not vote. What are some of these additional pages? No. I think I am working on this one. No, this one. Let's write this one here. I'm going to pop up this. What went wrong? So I did this vote. It is views.vote. It is wrong. So I did the path. I want the integer. The question to ID. Oh, I didn't close this tab, so it didn't actually draft it. I'm going to hit 5 to edit. And this in with the music attempted so I don't blow people's ear out. Hit cancel, right click, go back to here. That should have fixed itself. So now if I come to this page and refresh, you're voting on question 1. That's great. So let's continue and go to our Gmail. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions or need to get caught up on stuff? Because we can definitely go back and rerun a few things and go from there. If not, I'm just going to continue knocking out the Django tutorial application. So let's see. Look at it. It will run details method, which displays whatever ID you provide in URL. Yeah, which is fine. Okay, cool. So let's go down here. So the matches. Okay, let's read this. Django will load the mysites.url Python modular because it's pointed by the root URL from file settings. It finds the this is a bit too up. I don't know, a bit too upbeat for me. Let's see. What else is there? Well, it's not too upbeat, but like, let's try. I don't know. This is called spring cleaning. Apparently, is the playlist type. We'll see how this sounds. Yeah, it's pretty funny that because like we don't really get to pick our music. I just get a list of things. So there's one called chill. So I can do chill and mix it with spring cleaning. And then like I can make sure it's an instrumental because lyrics is kind of the same. This is like what I get. Okay. Okay, so Playground traverses the pattern in order. After finding the match at poles, it strips off the text of poles and then sends the remaining text 34 to the full URL config, which we understand. So details calls requested, which we went over in the previous part. Comes from yes, that does an encodec captures the part of URL and sends a keyword argument to view to the view function. The question ID part of the string defines the name that will be used. Identify match, okay, cool. The colon separates the converter and the pattern name. So what is yes, so converter and pattern name. So this is the pattern name, this is the converter. Write views to actually do something. Oh, whoa, look at that, we're doing stuff now. So for each view is for something, yes, yes, yes. So, okay, so we're gonna go to views again. So I'm going to TV. Actually, I'm gonna push them into views. Why? So we're gonna import. We already have HTML response imported. We're gonna from Django or from .model actually. Model import question. Oh, so we're getting question from our database. Question queue, yes, so then we're gonna define some new things. So we're actually gonna change. So when we do def index request, instead of just returning this, we're gonna delete this now, and we're gonna return whatever output is. So let's do output. So now we're gonna define out on the line before. We're gonna do latest question list. Is equal to, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it would be questions. We're having imported. We want to do question object all, the order by object. So we're ordering it. So we're going to do objects first, abjs.order underscore by. And then we're going to do this. And then we're order by publication date. So I'm going to do quote dash pub underscore date. Then we're going to close this out. Bracket, close that, right there, bracket. Now I'm going to write the actual output so the return actually works. So equals quote, comma, we're joining things. Okay, now join. That join is just a Python method. If you haven't used it, it just joins a list of things over into X or Q and latest question. So I am pretty sure we're just writing a list on here. So it's like a for loop, really truncated list. And we're going to close this out. Oh, right, it's at the end. I keep forgetting these are actually 2 lines. So we're gonna do this. Then let's do right. Leave the rest of you is the same. And then there's a problem here though. The page design is the hard code. If you want to change it, let's look at the page and edit the package. So let's use Django templates and design. Well, there's so much in Django, but let's try this new view. So I'm gonna go to poll and view. So what's up? Why I get what's up? So it should take list of questions, right? So latest question, list of question, object, order by up to 5. We did output is equal to this join. We did people question. We did list comp right there. But q dot question. I messed up. So I did this is correct. We did output is equal to join q dot question underscore text or q in latest underscore question. So we'll just find here. This and this match up, and we then return a response from the output. That's right. So when I click here, let's do that, and then let's rerun the server. I think it's that. Oh, this is nice. I need to bring this back up. Actually, break down the server, run it, and then run, refresh. So also shows that. If I go here, it will tell me I can't bring the polls. Oh, I think the question is only what's up. That's why. We didn't store more than one question, so this is actually working. The question was what's up. I should have remembered that. But yeah. Templates. So we're learning something new. But before we continue, again, we're just really wrapping up this technology. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask in chat. If you want me to show you something all over again, you should do that. If you run into a bug problem, feel free to hit us up and we'll get that resolved and fixed. But yeah, let me lower this. I will get clear. We're gonna do a new mood. How about let's try I don't know what this means, reflective as a mood. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, what time is it? If you don't mind me asking. I'm getting sleepy too. It's late over here. I'm assuming it's early over there, right? Probably super early. If you're just waking up, I should be in bed. But yeah. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. You probably just woke up. It's like super early, right? But yeah, so template. Well, yeah. Before we go on, this is a lot more to dive into than I expected. Here, let's we wait. If anyone has any questions. So let's do this. Your project template settings describe how to load and run your templates. Ensure the default setting file triggers Django template back end whose directory set up by true. So within templates directory, you have just created another directory called polls, and within these file index be polls templates, polls index, because in that directory template loader works as described above. You can refer to this template within Django as polls index section. Also, template namespace. Now we might be able to get away with putting our template directly in templates rather than creating another poll subdirectory. It would actually be a bad idea. Django will choose the first template it finds whose name matches. And if you had a template with the same name in a different application, Django will manage to switch it. So okay, cool. So we need to create some new stuff. So first things first, we're gonna start using templates. In the polls directory, we're gonna do a make dir, and then we're gonna run it for templates. After that, we're gonna cd into templates, and then string nothing here. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing. we're going to make another folder so your Django will understand which folder it's going to like. We're going to call the application name, which is polls. And then we're going to now in there, we're going to move into that one. From there, we're going to do a touch. I like to touch my files first, so they, if you accidentally don't save them, they actually still exist, and there might be backup saves and stuff. I'm going to touch index.html. I'm going to vim into it. Index.html. So we're going to use this actually. No, we'll type it. So we're going to curly braces. So the first insert. We're going to do curly braces, and then I'm going to do percent if latest question list percent cool, hit enter. This is actually HTML. Okay, we're gonna do a UL, so unordered list. I'll use the tag unordered list. We're gonna backspace one more. I'm gonna put practice. Then I'm gonna do percentage sign for question in latest question list. We're going to then do another percent. Close out this bracket. If anyone's joining us new, make sure to check in. We're wrapping up our series of learning a new technology. So this is part 3 of that track actually. But if you have any question, we'll be more than happy to catch you up. But yeah, let me type this out. Enter. So I'm gonna then do the HTML. So I'm pretty sure it's tag based, which means I don't take that big cool how things look. But of course I have it. So I'm gonna bring A back and then do an href. So we're gonna do a hyperreference. ref. I'm gonna set that equal to the code slash polls slash equal. I'm gonna end this code with that. We're gonna do question.id. Do this, close that out. Then we're gonna do a backslash quote. Then we will in that then do another thing of this. The question question dot question underscore text. Close this two. I forgot to close out a string somewhere, didn't I? This looks odd. Yes, I did not mean to close out this string. That's why. So it should look like this. So polls backslash braces question ID space braces backslash quotes. Closing that out. We're doing the same thing here. We're gonna close out this A tag. And then we're gonna close out this list item tag. Enter. I'm gonna open. I'm gonna put another curly braces down. And I'm gonna do percent and or percent. This doesn't look right. I'm gonna take it somewhere. No, this is what it is. Then I want to close out this unordered list. Enter. Unordered list. Closing it out. Then I want to do an else statement. I've never seen this done, so I really just like to code this else. And else percent. I think I missed something because this looks really odd. Because the first one does not look. Percent if latest question list percent. We created an unordered list, and we are going through for question and latest question. We are then creating list objects of. So we create an index so you can be able to click through everything. So then it creates a href of each list object that generates the polls and plugs in the question ID for the polls. Do the next slash and then plugs in the question's text, question.questions text. Then we close that one out. Then we, I missed the last one. I did not actually write proper HTML. So I need to close these two off. Add 2 spaces here, 1 space here, and then we just gotta close. Okay, cool. So now this is so now we're gonna generate the else statement, which we're gonna use p paragraph, and we're gonna do no polls are available, AVILABE dot closing tag. for the paragraph. I'm going to back this one out. Bring the parentheses and do a percentage sign, and if space percentage sign, that's sufficient work, hopefully. So we're going to hit escape, right quit. Oh, we're going to update our text first too. Ooh, let's see. Does anyone have any question or about Django in general that we can research or get caught up? Feel free to say something in the chat. Take questions anytime. Okay, so let's see. So we're gonna go to our index. So we're gonna do a vim into our views, a py. So, do you like math? My honest answer, I think I would really love math if I had a solid foundation. I like to tell people this is that like I regret not having a solid foundation in math. I think math is actually a really fun, cool subject. You just really need to have a decently solid foundation, and it's one that's not hard to learn, right? It's like it's pretty intuitive, and like if you really want to, math is something you definitely can learn. I think what makes math hard is when people don't have a good foundation for the basics of math, and you lack concept, which means you keep falling more behind. I don't think math is bad subject. I actually really enjoy math. I just wish I personally have a better foundation in math. Because it kind of really just carries through, right? So like once you get past like the algebra, your trigonometry, it's like foundation for a lot of things. Then you get your calculus and stuff, and you use calculus to drive a lot of things, right? So like your equations in chemistry, your physics, all your other science, even computer science, right? Computer science is just binary math. Math is great. Without any spike saying that. I'm in the wrong polls. Okay, that's why. So I'm gonna cd.cd/. And then I'm gonna get into use y. Let's see. So I need to add what? So it looks like all they changed was now let's update to use this template. All they did was left this, and the reason why, because they also, instead of having to write each one, we wrote that template to fill in each one. Now all we gotta do is replace this one, all that. And someone taught me something new today, so I think let's hit V for visual, and like you can highlight. Look at that, that's crazy. This is why I love doing everything I do. That's so cool. Like you can just like highlight. I'm pretty sure if I can delete. That was really cool today. I'm gonna paste in this part. I think I've done enough typing for you guys. So if you're in Vim, you hit V, you can do visual, then it's pretty cool. Paste that in. We're gonna hit escape, right quit, and then load index.html. So we're gonna go back to our page, gonna refresh. So polls or fail. That's not a good sign. That means we broke something. Or I broke something. Not even we. I broke something. Let's see. Oh, it's not easy. Oh, okay. This does not look fun. Let's see. So url.py impose. Post has no attribute detail. Interesting. What did I do wrong? So let's look at views again. We're gonna go back and look at this code. So we copy and paste it exactly. So this shouldn't be a problem. That means we need to look at Vim. We just looked at views. It's not test. What was the problem? And the problem was coming from URLs. And URL. Why? So why is this a problem? I have to update this. Oh, I must have written a view file separately so far into polls. I did not even realize. Like CD, I need to do a CD, do templates, do polls, and then do ll. No, that's the index file. Did I just skip writing the view file? I'm gonna cat index file. What am I doing? Cats index. No, that's right. So I'm gonna cd out again. Cd out ll, and then we're gonna cat the view file. Views.py. Def index request latest. That looks correct. No, it does not. That looks like an old one. We're gonna vim views.py. I think we might have jumbled these two off. Wait. Let me actually cat out URL. The URL is set. It says all the past stuff. You didn't update properly. We're gonna vim back into views. And then let's unless this is correct, because we edit views again. No, this is correct. I wonder. That's so odd. What's wrong? I'm gonna cancel rerun this application. It's saying attribute error modular polls.views has no attribute detail. Interesting. That's an odd one. Let's see what we can do. So it says line color frames remove. Oh, my brain is not set up for this right now. Let's see. So load the page pointing to polls. What if I just load directly to polls, right? No, I did, and that didn't work. So let's go take a look at this. So let's go to what was working and what we changed to make it not work. What I changed to make it not work was these two. So let's index. Let's index first. So ll, we're gonna vim. We'll have to cd. Well, let's just vim in so I don't have to vim back out. So we're gonna vim into templates. Templates /poll/index. There we go. So we did this if latest underscore question underscore list. Yeah. So because of how late it is, I'm just gonna learn. Do I learn new? So hit V in Vim, visual mode, drag all the way down till the end, delete, or just D. Delete. And then copy this in to make sure we don't make any errors. Hit I for, hit V again to exit visual mode, hit I for insertion mode, paste our content, and we're gonna right quit. And then if this works, I just can't spell. I suspend, I suspended it, which means I need to bring it to the foreground again to actually close out the application, run it. No, so something's so wrong. So this is right, which leaves me concerned, but we also just pasted this in. So did we miss a step somewhere? Oh, I'm gonna just manually fix the URL page. Here, do I'm gonna do a bit into URLs.py, and I'm just gonna copy and paste this in as well, just to make sure I'm not tripping. Using the new visual feature, downward, everything out, right click. Well, so let's get into insertion mode first. We exit visual mode into insertion mode, paste selection, escape, right click. Over here, rerun the server. Okay, so that's not a problem. What is the problem? We did and we close this out. We said a backslash home. Wait. This is in this is the modular polls.view. don't think it's a nested issue. This is in polls and URLs. So I'm gonna do URLs. 9, which is we did it int. Oh, I am so tripping. So the reason is I don't need these anymore. There's no path for them, but I didn't get closest one out. So go back to mission mode, one out, right click, and it should work. Yeah, there we go. I'm just dumb. So essentially, I didn't need those views anymore because those views didn't exist anymore. We didn't have them print to anything else. Now we just get this. Oh, well, let's see why. Name loader is not fine, and it's actually fine. Okay. So it's a view problem now. What? Interesting. So we did template was loader.get template. Let's look at the view. So vim view apply. It says it's line 7. Template equals loader. So we'll probably miss the import. Is probably what's going on here, right? So if we scroll down, we probably missed the import that goes like import loader. Yeah, we just don't have loader. So let's see that. In enter response from Django template import loader. Right. And hopefully this will fix that. That's the launchpad issue. If I refresh on our actual web app, you can click on it. Ooh. Oh, why? Hello? Maybe I removed too much. Oh, I got rid of all the paths now, didn't I? That would be a problem. Then you go back to URLs. I should not have gotten rid of all the paths. I need to go vim URLs. So we need to give it one more path. So we're gonna write this enter, and then we're gonna do path. And for the path, we need to do. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna tell it what type converter needs to be, and then that what it's converting. We're converting question. UES_ID, and then close out the conversion, close out the string, do a slash, or don't do a slash first, then close out the string. Then we do quotes, and we do view dot. What do we call this before? So let's go back up. So we're gonna do views dot detail. If this breaks, I swear. It's equal to quote detail. Oh, close that. Close that. So I did int question ID. I think that's correct. So right click. And then please don't break. It broke. Why? This attribute has no attribute detail. Huh. That's interesting. Why is that the case? It's odd. Really odd. So if I run back to URL, it says error detected while processing mode lines, and then pull. Oh, it's after it shouldn't be, but just in case, we'll remove this and click. Right click. Oh, right click. Yeah, so there's no attribute details. So if I do insert, delete that, insert, delete that. Let's see. So we did an int, so we should just pick the number. Views. Oh, no details page, right? So. Oh, would it be views dot Okay, let's try this. So it's nothing either. But we had index on top. I am going to try index again. On index. I don't think this is right though, because that doesn't make sense. Without the program will work. I'm gonna terminate the program, rerun the program. Oh wait, I swear if that worked, I'll be really confused. If I refresh, oh yeah, that makes sense. This shouldn't work. If I go back, polls, or what's up, operates. That's a question. I am not gonna answer right now. But yeah, and this is our last run for this time. This is learning a new technology track. I hope you guys learned something, even remotely. Picked up a bit of Django, understand what a web framework is, picked up any Linux shortcuts, commands, etc. I hope there was some learning involved. But we're coming down to our last 5 minutes of this workshop. I really wanted this last one to be really just relaxing. Any questions you may have, any questions in the top in the chat. I do want to go over the schedule for what's coming up in the rest of Global Hack Week, which is still a lot more exciting things to come. We have the check-in at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., the Beginner's Guide to Personal Cybersecurity. I am a cybersecurity enthusiast, as called. So I would think that would be really interesting. We have introduction to HTML and CSS. It's always good to know a bit of HTML and CSS, especially if you ever want to get into front-end development, or even full stack, because full stack is basically front-end back-end. Right? Building a Flappy Bird game with Pygames. I'm going to assume it's a Python game library, but I have no clue. Hack with Intimidating Technology Part 4. That one is crazy. So it's kind of really similar to what we're doing here, but instead of learning a new technology, we're picking an intimidating one to hack at. You have your machine learning track 4, part 4. Then on Saturday, and before closing, you're going to have your last workshop, debugging a web app. But I honestly do hope that everyone has learned something. But yeah, any questions, concerns? You know what's really cool? No. So like, I think there's a mode where it's you still hear? You can still hear the music, right? This mode. Yeah. No, I really do hope you guys learned something. I think I'm gonna end this session. But again, have a happy Global Hack Week. Please do come out to the rest of the sessions. They are really fun, impactful. And I will see you at the next Global Hack Week, and maybe I'll see you at an event. I will try to run a better track next time. I might run like a system admin track or like a system admin workshop or something. Or maybe even like UX design front end dev or something. I think sysadmin is really fun. Something I really look into myself. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Please come back to our rest of our Global Hack Week events and support our other great coaches. There should be a lot of fun things coming up. And have a good night wherever you are, or good morning, good evening, get your day going. If you have not gotten some rest, please do get some rest. Have a good night and take care.